So today's practice I have entitled Create a Clearing after a poem by Martha Postlewhite, which I'm going to recite in just a moment. But the idea of today's practice is to literally take what's heavy, what might feel oppressive in our lives, those kind of forces that might be ours or not, that kind of like weigh on us, and like place that just in the energetic space around, so that we're literally creating this this clearing within our life so that we can hear and listen. So just a general feel-good go-to Qigong practice to find that place of respite. So let's start by standing with our feet firmly and just feeling your roots start to grow down into the earth. And let's place the palms of the hands on the thighs and just feel kind of the weight and the density of the thigh bones, the pelvis, and just invite that to drop down through the knees into the feet, feeling the feet spread and descend into the ground. And I want you to imagine that you can close your eyes if that's comfortable. I want you to imagine that you're standing in a clearing, in a beautiful meadow, maybe in a forest. Where I grew up in the Rocky Mountains in Canada, you'd be hiking and then you'd all of a sudden come to this clearing, and it was like a meadow and you could kind of see the mountains on either side. So maybe it's like a clearing, like a mountain clearing. I want you to just visualize that you're in that space, that natural clearing. And then let's float the hands off the body and gathering that energy from nature, that feeling of being in nature but not being so boxed in. That alive and open current, just feel it wash through the body. And let's do 2 more like that. And let your imagination really anchor into this energetic space that's clear, that's open, that's natural, that's alive. Let's do 1 more. And then bringing your hands back down onto your palms, your hands back down on your palms. Your palms back down onto your thighs. So this is the poem. So just standing here firmly as you listen. You do not have to save the whole world or do anything grandiose. Instead, create a clearing in the dense forest of your life and wait there patiently until the song that is your life falls into your own cupped hands and you recognize it and greet it. Only there will you know how to give yourself to the world, so worthy of rescue. So that's what we're doing here, creating that clearing in the dense forest of our life. So let's start to bounce just on your knees. So we don't have to do the dropping pose, just bouncing on the knees. And let's make the healing sound for the heart, which is ah. We can kind of go from right to left. And clearing any tension, and tension meaning emotion, meaning rage, if you are going through a menopausal shift that's very real. And again, we're creating the clearing not in the sense that we're like gaslighting our emotions. It's just to get a little bit of space from whatever is going on right now in our life. Creating that clearing. Good. Let's start to move the arms as we bounce, and just imagine like as you move your arms that you're also like kind of clearing away this energetic space around your auric field or the Wei Qi field. And you can see I'm kind of bouncing from right to left, leaning the weight right, leaning the weight left, other direction. And then let's shake the arms. And then let's do a little kick back with the knees. Okay, and then let's anchor the feet, and we're just going to start to rotate from right to left, tapping the lungs and the kidneys, clearing now the energetic space like around the body. Like as if there were weeds or debris, and as you go from right to left, it's like you're clearing them away. Anchoring the feet. And then we'll go underneath the rib cage either side. Good, and then let's tap the heart and the sacrum. All right, and then just from right to left, wherever. And start to go a bit slower, like this one is an exercise I call creepy fingers. And it's kind of like our fingers were really long and we could feel energetically into the space all around, like 365 degrees in our room, but also around the room, beyond, into the whole energetic space that we're swimming in. And with the intention for this one of like making space for yourself. Like we've been talking, about the Wei Qi being our immune system, Wei Qi being the protective field around our body. So feeling into that and then letting yourself take up space there. And almost creating a boundary for everything else. All of the plans, all of the to-do lists, all of the people. It's like, not now. Not now. It's like we're clearing it away. Good. And now we're going to make the movement slightly different. So I'd like you to take your right hand, and as if you're backslapping someone, of course don't backslap somebody, but as if you're backslapping someone, you're going to move the back of the hand to the right as you turn to the right, and then you're going to do the same to the left. So now you're clearing away any kind of heaviness. And this one's called wave hands. I've also heard it called cloud hands. So we're getting clearer on every pass, like you're clearing away clouds or debris. So the first step of wave hands is to do that backhand turn, right? Backhand turn. And then the bottom hand starts to lift as you turn. So see how the bottom hand then replaces the top hand. And then the last little detail is as you're turning, the top hand is spiraling out. So that then there's this little bit of a, like setting a boundary. This is a little bit similar to the exercise that we're going to be working with today, which is the Taoist 5 exercise for the heart. It's a nice warm up for it. So clearing away the debris. As you move, can you allow it to be like a moving meditation in which you're relaxed yet strong? And that's maybe the hardest part, I think, of both Qigong and yoga, if you practice yoga, is to have that element of integrity and structure without being tense. So like, can you be soft like a cloud and yet strong like a tree, like bamboo, like mobile? Okay, and now we're gonna go like shorter, but a little quicker. Cloud hands. Don't think about it, otherwise you won't be able to do it. So it's just a little quick. And then you kind of stop with now your hands holding a little ball of qi. Beautiful. And then let's drop that ball down into the earth. And we're going to do channel dredging next to really clear out the space before we move into the heart exercise. So inhale, lift your arms up. As you exhale, bend your knees as you fold and bring your hands to the inside line of the foot. So we're going to clear out the yin channels, which is the liver, kidney, spleen, heart, lung, and then the yang channels. So as you inhale, you'll draw your hands up along the inside line of the leg, all the way to the rib cage. Then you'll cross your hands up to the inside line of the arm. And then you kind of have to twisty turn as you kind of bring your hands down the inside line of the arm. And then you're going to exhale, release that qi to the heavens. And I like to do a little heel tap. So it's like cleaning a gutter, okay? Then you're going to go down the outside line of the arm to the shoulder, over the face, down the sides of the head, from the armpit down the side line of the body, and then I kind of wrap my hand down the side back of the leg, and then you're gonna throw that qi off the baby's toe side of the foot, like so. So full speed, it looks like this. Inhale up the yin channels, exhale, release. Inhale down the yang channels. Exhale, release. And you keep going. Now, a lot of the questions that I get about this one are, where are you going? Like, where is the hands going? Can you slow it down? Again, with Qigong, it's about doing it correctly, but it's also just about playing within the field of energy and thinking of the intention. So I'm cleaning the yang channels. Yang energy flows down, right? Think about the sun. The sun flows down. Yin energy flows up. Think about the direction that the trees are going in, right? That the earth is going up towards the sun as the sun shines down towards the earth. And so we have this energetic pathway within us too. And so what we're doing is we're cleaning out those main yin and yang channels with our hands, with our breath, and with our intention. And the intention being clearing out a space for our true self, our most authentic self, to dwell. And it's common to get kind of hot as we start to release toxic energy. This is a purging exercise, so I recommend keeping your eyes open so that any sort of toxic qi can leave the body. Let's do a couple more. And so we'll end the next time we come down, all the way down to the feet. And just notice how you feel standing now. Okay, so we've really cleared on the body, we've cleared around the body, and now I want to kind of feel like we can clear above and below. So this one's called drinking bird. I'd like you to inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, you're going to dive down one vertebra at a time. Bend your knees, and like you're scooping down below your body, you can pick up some fresh energy. Hips are going to draw forward, arms move out and up above your head, and then diving down again. So this one isn't actually a purging exercise. It's a toning exercise. Toning meaning we're bringing energy in. So now that we've created a clearing, we're just inviting this pure energy from the heavens and from the earth to flow through these yin and yang channels. And it's very, very simple. Earth and heaven, lots of space. And even though we're inviting new energy in, we're just really feeling the space of heaven, and feeling the space of earth. We're feeling the spine as it moves and undulates. Moving meditation. Lift your hands up, and I'd like you to ask the universe for a beautiful ball of pink, red, or white energy. And you're going to just bring this ball down. And I'd like you to hold this ball, please, with the right hand on the top. So we're going to do the practice for the heart. And this is the thing about the heart, is it needs space. It needs the clearing. Otherwise we can't hear the heart. So the heart carries our truth. It's our compass. But because we get overwhelmed, it's really, really sometimes hard to hear. And so what I find really amazing about this exercise, the Taoist 5 exercise, is it's so much about boundary setting. Like within this practice, it's like we're setting a boundary around our clearing. So the first movement is you're actually just going to lean your weight into your left foot. And this bottom left hand is then going to lift up and push up against an imaginary wall. So again, the wall is there, so you're not straightening the arm. It's just like this. It's just bent. And then this hand that was on the top of the ball is going to come and join. So you're pushing up against this wall, and the hands kind of make a T. Okay, and then the hands will turn to face you, and you'll lean your weight now back to center as you bring the ball back into center. And what you're going to notice is the opposite hand is on the top. It's like magic. Okay, now you lean your weight into the right foot, and this bottom right hand is going to lift up, and you're going to set the boundary. The left hand now, which was on the top, is going to be underneath, creating a T. And then turn your hands to face your body and come back to center with your ball. Now the right hand is on the top. Lean your weight left. This bottom left hand will lift up. Set your boundary. Like you're a mime, right? Like a mime, like here's my wall. Hands turn, weight shifts back to center as you bring your ball back. Now the movement becomes smooth. So your right hand lifts up, left hand is on the bottom, set your boundary. Turn your hands to face you, bring your ball back to center. And now it's going to be smoothly moving through your center. And this top right hand is actually going to push across your heart line, like so. Okay? So full speed, it's going to kind of look like this. Setting the boundary, center, this top hand pushing across the heart, and then setting your boundary. Now, if this is the first time doing the Heart Taoist 5 exercise, I will say this took me a long time to learn. So feel free to come back, redo this recording, slow it down. But one of the tips that I'll give is if you think about setting your boundary, it's always going to be the side that you're leaning on is your top hand. So if you just do this, lifting one elbow and then the other, this is the movement, and it's just now the bottom hand is the T. So you're doing this every time, right? And then the fancy bit is just the ball in the center, if that makes sense, to slow it down a bit. But what I love about the visual is that it's the boundary that then allows the heart to be nourished. It's the clearing that we're creating to give the heart space enough for your spirit to come home, for your true self to just really be present here. Let's take a few more and just feeling into your heart and the boundary, the clearing, the space, the grace. Beautiful. And now we're just going to hold the ball. And then I'd like you to lift that energy up through the center line. Lift it up through the center line. And then let it waterfall all around. Like you're painting an imaginary bubble that you can exist in today. Lifting up that center line, that essence of your heart, that essence of your knowing. And keep doing this. You do not have to save the world or do anything grandiose. Instead, create a clearing in the dense forest of your life. And wait there patiently until the song that is your life falls into your own cupped hands. You recognize it and greet it. Only then will you know how to give yourself to this world so worthy of rescue. Let's do one more And then letting that space just envelop you as you stand. Let's bring the hands to the heart and drop any excess energy from the heart down to the lower dantian 3 times. And then sealing that any kind of excess energy down in the lower dantian, 9 times rotation each direction. And then let's bring the hands above the head, bringing them all the way together, and then we'll bring the hands down the center line. Reach the fingertips down towards the ground as you stretch the crown of your head up. And then we'll step our feet together. And what we'll do is we'll seal off our practice. So you're just gonna imagine taking like an imaginary pencil or string, and you're just gonna circle around your body. And we're gonna ask that the little clearing that we created in our practice today is maintained, so that wherever we go, we have that sense of inner connection and inner stillness. And we'll bring our hands out in front and we'll open them and just cup them for a moment, cup them open. So this clearing that we've created now, can we send that out as a prayer for all those who don't have the opportunity to practice or pause? There's so many people suffering right now on this planet. Let's send out our prayers. And reaching your arms up and out. May our practice be of benefit to our life and to the lives of all. And thank you all so much for your kind attention.